You may have heard it in my previous videos or even read it in my bio, but if you haven't, I am the proud mom of an autistic 9-year-old son. Today's video is going to be about how I manifested my son into my reality, and even how my deceased mom played a part in naming him without me realizing it until years later. What's up guys, welcome to another video. My name is Joanna and I help inspire and motivate you to recognize what your subconscious mind already knows. While you're here, go ahead and click that subscribe button, as it does help my channel to reach more amazing people like you. And as always, there are video bloopers at the end because let's be real, making YouTube videos is not as easy as you may think it is. I grew up as an only child by my single mom, and I always wanted a little boy in my life. I was a tomboy and I played in the dirt. G.I. Joe was dating Barbie. I had neighborhood friends, but I always wanted the companionship of a little boy. There were points where I remember begging her for a little brother, and I think there was even a point where she contemplated adopting a little boy, and in the end, it just financially it wasn't possible. This is where I began manifesting a little boy. Granted, not intentionally, but by default. Energy goes where intention flows, right? I am a go with the flow kind of woman. I don't put much pressure on circumstances in my life. Atypically, I wasn't even the kind of woman who desired to or dreamed to have a huge family or even motherhood. Now, I know that contradicts what I said earlier, but what I mean is I always desired to have a little boy in my life, but the thought of motherhood and responsibility that comes with that is just something that I never idealized. So as with manifestation, you can't need something for it to come to you. So you put your desire out there into the universe and you let it go. Now, I know this is easier said than done when you really do want something, but this is where faith comes in, and you must trust that it will come. In September 2010, I found out that I was pregnant. Now, my now ex and I were not trying to get pregnant, but we weren't preventing it either. I must have taken 6 pregnancy tests. I was terrified and excited. I was full of different emotions. I accepted the challenge and I basically went on creating my life by default. Fast forward 3 months to Christmas morning. I got up at 4 a.m. to go to the bathroom and I hemorrhaged blood. We rushed to the local hospital where I sat alone in an office for over an hour. I remember listening to various doctors and nurses walking in the halls, wishing each other Merry Christmas during their shift change, and I was just thinking, wow, this is surreal. During my time of solitude in that room, I remember just talking to God and asking for mercy and just asking, for the health of my child. I left the hospital 3 hours later in delicate condition with the term threatened miscarriage. 1 month later, I found out that I was having a boy, and I knew in that moment that all my prayers, my dreams, my hopes of having this little boy in my life was going to come true. Now, I didn't know about the law of attraction at this point. I just knew that there was more to life than drifting through it day to day without intent. 7 months later, after that terrifying Christmas morning, Benjamin was born naturally at 9 pounds, 2 ounces. A year and a half later, I was going through storage and I came across some memories of my mother's. She had passed away in 2006 from a long battle with leukemia. My mom was my best friend until she passed away, and I still miss her dearly. One of the items I found was this box that contained her ashes. She was cremated by a man named Benjamin on July 11th. Now, July 11th is the day that I went into labor, and Benjamin is the only name that my ex and I could agree upon. There's no such thing as coincidences, my friends. It is the divine universe at work, always. Another year and a half later, and I had noticed that my son had some traits that were just off. He didn't respond when we called his name, and his language just seemed further behind than other kids his age. Benjamin was diagnosed with autism. Now, some parents are devastated by this diagnosis. I get a lot of "I'm so sorries" from well-meaning friends and family, but I was not. I know that this did not define him. Unfortunately, there's still this stigma within society that if you have autism, that there's something wrong. I assure you, there's nothing wrong. They just think differently. There's this perfect quote that goes, "Autism is the comparison of being a Mac in a Windows PC world." It's just a different operating system. I was determined to get Ben all the help that I could so that he could live a normal life and not feel left out. Benjamin entered early intervention at 2.5 years old, and he has come so far. If you had talked to him when he was 2.5 years old, he would have screamed in your face. And now he's an extrovert, and I'm not even an extrovert. He still struggles with some things like haircuts, but I wouldn't change who he is for anything in this world. He is amazing, and he is my manifestation. If you like this video, go ahead and smash that like button. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. You can also come visit me at WillowJ.Co on Facebook or Instagram, where I post daily. The links will be down below. Much love, good vibes, and choose to be happy. And happy Mother's Day as well. Peace. Apart. My mom paid not. No. No. So, and no. No. Start over. Fast forward to the office. No. About life. Did I already say this? I was just, and most of the fun. If you like this button,